David, congratulations on getting through to the semi-finals. First of all, let's talk about this racket. I've had a lot of people come up this evening and saying, is this a bit of bling? But it seems to be working very well. And people are saying, how can I get hold of one of these? Tell us about the racket.
Yeah, obviously I changed beginning of last year from Head to Black Knight. Obviously big move. I was with Head for a long time, but obviously good change. Very happy. Great company, Black Knight, Canadian-based company. Number one racket in Canada. Number 2 or 3 in America. Starting now. We just started in New Zealand, Australia. They're over here in the UK as well. A great company, gave me a lot of input with the racket the first time ever. And it was a fun sort of project to sort of work with them and design the racket. I didn't design the colour, but this was the first one they threw out at me, and I just thought it obviously stood out, and used it for the first time. Obviously, great start. Used it for the first time British Open last year, and obviously I had sort of 4 or 5 different rackets actually, but obviously a pretty famous shot on my last point
Yes.
when I broke. Well, I actually broke the one I was using, a gold one, on the point before, and then had it cracked the top of it, came off, and that's when I had match point. Grabbed another one, but I didn't have any more gold ones, so I had to go back to a black one, which was the same racket but a bit different, and obviously worked well. Hit a pretty nice shot to finish.
So I was getting
to finish it off, but it was a great start. Gave the company a great boost. And yeah, the racket's out for sale. Obviously, they've got reps in the UK now. There's a blue model as well. So yeah, so far I'm very happy with the racket, and great company, and so far so good. So hopefully a long relationship, obviously when I'm playing, and then hopefully in the future after I stop as well.
A partnership to continue.
Yeah, definitely. They're keen for me, obviously, to obviously stay on, and obviously it's a new sort of, again, it was fun to sort of have a bit of input to the racket, and be nice to maybe go a little bit further after I stop playing and work on that. Obviously I've got plenty of ideas, and should be able to decide.
I was getting text messages during the match from guys upstairs saying, I love that racket.
Yeah.
How can I get one?
Yeah, like I said, I think it's a great colour, so it really stands out. I've had a lot of positive feedback, and something different.
Well, maybe a year ago when there was a bit more money floating around this place, we might have sold a few more. But, anyway, from the racket to you, you're obviously looking in good shape despite flying backwards and forwards across the Atlantic the last few days.
Yep. Yeah, no, again, like I said before, I think it was the right decision. Obviously, Super Series, great tournament. Obviously, didn't win it, but played well, and I needed that break. I just didn't want to stay around London. Otherwise, you just squash 24 hours a day, and I needed that break just to freshen up a little bit. And like I said, it was always going to be a bit of a risk, but I feel I've got enough experience with flying and jet lag and to try to deal with it. And last week I got better and better as the matches. Obviously, like I said a few times, I'm not quite getting the match practice in Boston that I need. And last week was every match I got better and better. And yeah, just happy to get through. It was another great match. We played last week also, and we had a great match there, and similar tonight. So tough, but happy to get through.
And Greg tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's looking very, very good at the moment.
He's the man in form, that's for sure. Obviously a great week last week. We played last week, he beat me 3-1. Felt I pushed him pretty close last week. Felt I sort of got in a position to challenge him for the match at 1-1 and close in the third, but just didn't take the big points. And that's where he's very strong at the moment. I'm watching him a lot. And 7-8 all, he just seems so confident, and that's the critical time of the game. So, but yeah, hey, nothing to lose. He's the one, obviously, with the pressure on tomorrow. Just happy to get through and to challenge again another semi. And like I said, I'm just enjoying playing. And while I can still play at a decent level and play in front of crowds like this, it's still fun for me. So that's what I'm here for. And give it my best crack tomorrow, and hopefully get a good start, play myself in a little bit, and try to take the chances. That's the key, obviously. One thing, I've got to get into the match, that's the first key, and then when opportunities come up, I've got to try to take them, and that's going to be whether critical, will be the critical part of the game. And tonight was the same. Obviously I had a good start, but Whale played great in the second and beginning of the third, and luckily I managed to have a few big rallies and get back into it, and then in the end, the fourth, I thought I really stepped up and played well. So, but yeah, tough match. A lot of respect for him. He's a great player, and I think we have a great combination when we play. It's his game and my game. It's a good combination, and I think It gets frustrating. Sometimes we both cop a bit of slack in the press. There was a few things written last week about the proposed match that we're going to play tonight, which was a bit unfair, and so-called journalists writing stuff about us that was really below the belt, and it gets frustrating for both of us. So, and again, we proved it tonight. We played a great match last week, and we just played another great match this week. And unfortunately, some people just can't let the past die. And yeah, I said it last week. He's great for the game. His personality, his flair. He's the one we should be using. We should be using the most of him. He's a great guy, and to promote the games with the Olympics, everything. He's got great character. He's a great character for our game. A little bit like a Jonathan Powell, similar type of character. So these are the guys we should be using to promote the game, and it's nice to see finally some of the players finally being involved. Obviously having Peter and involved with the Olympic bid now, and it's been frustrating over the years that none of the players have ever been used, and it's finally now they're using Peter, and they've got Terry and James, and thank God they're finally using some of our great characters to help promote the game and hopefully get us into the Olympics.
David, thank you for that.
No problem.
Congratulations. We'll
Thanks a lot.
see you in the semis tomorrow.
Thanks.